Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My full name is Julia Carolina. I'm from A class and ID number 240211029. Teaching English to visual impaired students and analysis of teachers' problem. These researchers investigate the real challenges faced by English teachers who teach visual impaired students in a special needs school in Palembang, Indonesia. The study used a qualitative case study approach and focused on two experienced teachers who had been teaching students with visual impairment for more than 5 years. The data was collected through interview and document analysis, including lesson plans and teaching materials. The goal of the researchers was to understand the difficulties in teaching English to visual impaired students and to highlight the areas where support is needed. From the study, four main problems were found that often make the teaching process difficult: limited teaching time, student behavior, lack of teaching material and equipment, and uncomfortable classroom condition. The first problem is time limitation. The English class in the special school only lasts for 20 minutes, which is much shorter than classes in regular schools that typically last 45 minutes. This time contract made it hard for teachers to deliver lessons effectively. They had to cut down lesson content, simply the materials, and remove practice activities. As a result, students often miss out on important parts of the lesson, which slowed their process in learning English. The short time also left little room for reviewing or checking students' understanding. The second issue is students' attitude and classroom behavior. Many of the students were easily distracted and often ignored the teacher instructions, so were not disobedient or did not so interact this lesson. Teachers shared that found it hard to keep students focused or disciplined, especially within the limited class time. Managing student behavior becomes one of the most stressful parts of teaching. Teachers sometimes felt discouraged or mentally exhausted, which affected their motivation and teaching performance. The third challenge is the lack of appropriate teaching materials and tools designed for visually impaired students. The school did not provide enough large print books, braille learning tools, or prepared audio equipment like microphones and speakers. This lack of researchers forget teachers to create their own materials and prepare everything manually. They often had to print off text in large font size or bring their own tools to class. This not only encouraged their workload but also limited the kind of activities they could do in class. Without the right tools, it was difficult to make lessons interesting and accessible for students. The fourth issue is the poor physical environment of the classroom. Teachers report that the classroom were often hot, had poor ventilations, and sometimes smelled bad, especially often after students return from sport activities without changing clothes. This uncomfortable condition made it hard for students and contract and for teachers to deliver lessons effectively. A healthy and clean classroom is very important, especially for students with disabilities, because they already face learning challenge and need a space where they feel calm and focused. In a summary, this study showed that teaching English to visual impaired students is not easy. Teachers face several serious problems that affect the learning process. This includes short teaching time, difficult student behavior, lack of teaching materials, and uncomfortable classroom environment. This challenge must be embraced if schools truly want to provide inclusive, and high-quality education for all students. The researchers suggest that education authority, school leaders, and political makers should give more attention to the needs of special education teachers. More support is needed in the form of better facilities, more class time, proper teaching tools, and training on how to handle students with visual impairments. Schools should also work on improving the typical environment so that students can learn comfortable. Finally, the researchers recommend that future students should explore not only the problem but also possible solutions and teaching strategies. For example, the use of the education technology, audio learning tools, and or new classroom management methods could help teachers overcome some of these difficulties. With the right support, visual impaired students can succeed in the learning English and enjoy the same opportunities as others. These researchers remind us that in solve-saving education is not a goal, it is a responsibility we'll all share. Okay, at the end for me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.